friends, I hope you're doing well and you've had a wonderful day, week, wherever you are. So yeah, we have some nice sun that's working with us. So I wanted to show you quickly a post review. So guess what? I finished my Red Riding Hood whip. So yeah, I got you zoomed up because this girl doesn't want to fit into the frame. So let me just quickly take you along the way. So there she is in all her glory, and I want you to really take a look at, I know she sparkles like crazy. Take a look at that. Do you see, if I move around, like the lighting changes, and then there's an illusion, and I am so in love with that. Okay, so obviously Red Riding Hood, you know that with her comes the wolf, so that's the illusion on this background, is the wolf's ears. Look at that. The darker it gets, then it blends sort of and you only see her and she's coming out of the shadows, but then certain lighting makes the wolf appear more clear. Do you see that? Oh, it's so beautiful. Okay. Oh, look at all that sparkle. So I want to move you down a bit, so let's go in a bit closer. And then we can take a look at, okay, we can take a look at some of the things. So this is Diamond Art Lab's Red Riding Hood, and she's in the size 56 centimeters by 71 centimeters, and the artist is Sandra Winter. There's the thumbnail. Okay, so if we look at the thumbnail, there you can see exactly and how she turned out. I must say, I think it's perfect. She looks exactly like the thumbnail, so maybe even better. So let's take a look. Okay, I really enjoyed her, and this is a round one. Did I mention that? Yes. So this is rounds. And sometimes people say, yeah, with rounds you don't get all that detail, but it depends. This was a lot of color blocking. Okay, so you can see there's lots of color blocking. There's also bits of confetti, but this was mostly a color blocking. And it's so difficult to see, but due to the amount of, we have 36 colors, and they're mostly like blues and navy blues, black, and then I was a bit like the face area, like when I got to this and it was like mostly purplish and that sort of color, I was like, oh my goodness. But again, a diamond painting you appreciate from afar, and when I look at this, like I said, trust the process. Like there's certain things I change in a diamond painting, you know, I like my modifications, but the face, hair, the shading that goes in that, I sort of leave that alone. So yeah, let's just take a quick look still. Sorry if you hear my doggies in the background. I have two 14-month-old Yorkie boys and they're still babies and they like to be playful, so sorry if you hear that. You know, life. So in any case, I wanted to change maybe her eyes. I like to make stuff relatable, you know, and I have green eyes. I like to make green eyes, but with all the blues and everything, when I got to a certain point, because I start from the top left, work my way down to the right bottom, I just thought, no, I'm gonna do this one exactly as it is without any modifications, because I know some people who's done this one also made the wolf be more clear, but I wanted to leave that illusion. I wanted, yeah, in future I'm gonna tell you more about that in a weapon chat, but I'm all about illusions, wordplays. Now you see me, now you don't, that sort of like thing. I just love that. That is my thing. And I love Red Riding Hood. She and Alice is two of my favorite fairy tales, so I have a lot of Red Riding Hood and Alice in Wonderland themed diamond paintings in my stash. And will I get more? Yes, I have one more Red Riding Hood on her way. So I just love this. I think so for this post review, if I take a look at the stock image, it's a bit difficult to see. I'll try and zoom when I edit, but I feel like if you look at the stock image and her, it's the same. It's, well, I think this is better, but the rendering, I think it's very well done. I was skeptical about the shading in the face, the purples and all of that, but I mean, she's coming out of the shadows. You know, it's a dark art piece. She's coming out of the shadows, so this is perfect as is. There's nothing I would have changed. And I know people like to change the wolf, as I said, but I like that in some lighting you see him more clear and in some you don't actually see him. So yeah, so that is just a look at this. So like I said, there's 36 colors, but let's take a look now at my thoughts. So how do I do that? Okay, so I don't know about you guys, but I like to this is a pretty cool one. I like to journal and keep a logbook of my finishes, okay? And I like to do it right after I finished. So when I finished her, I quickly did this while it's still clear in my mind. So I have 3 tabs, so that's why I'm keeping my hand here. So I have one that I use for my rounds, for my squares, and for my mystery kits. So okay, so going to the rounds. Okay, this is the spread. This is how it looks like. So I don't use a pre-printed logbook. I like to do it myself because I like scrapbooking, and I know I'm not an expert, but it's not about that. It's about me enjoying doing this. Okay, it's part of my process of completing a painting. And yeah, so here's a bigger or a better picture of the thumbnail, the stock image. So it's the sticker that was on the sticker sheet that I cut up. So you can see there again, it's supposed to be like the wolf's ears there, like very like, is it there? Is there something? Is it just shading? Look at her face and all of that. So all of these, yeah, there were some yellows and oranges and stuff. So as you can see there, that just brings out the points of her hood while she comes into the light. So I like that. So okay, so I wanted to show you this because this is where I put my thoughts and stuff in it about what I think after a post review. So Red Riding Hood from Sandra Winter, the artist. So I purchased it from Diamond Art Club. The shape is rounds. The number of colors, there's 36 in it, like we saw in the legends. So there's 2 legends. The ABs is 5. So how do we know that? If we go and take a look at the legends, so Diamond Art Club's legends works anything below the DMC code of 150 is ABs. So there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. As you can see, there was a red, like another red color, blue, yeah. So if we quickly just scan the painting, let me just do this. So you can see there's the ABs in the eyes. There's a few ABs of the red. Let me just quickly see. There's a few. So there's the 2. There's like a pinkish one. So that one is a pinkish color, the 111, and the number 1 was a red. There's like a purplish one as well. So it's really like, it's little accents. It wasn't a lot of ABs, even though it says 5 ABs. So definitely the eyes, you can see the blues. There's 2 different blue ABs in there. There's a dark one and a light one. Like those 3 there. And then, like I said, pink ABs. There's some pinks. And then in these, like, it's like light spots. You know how you take a picture and there's like those spots all over. I like it. I see it as like, you know, it's cold, it's winter. Yeah, so let me just do that again. So as you can see, there's not a lot of ABs. So you don't need to use ABs to capture things. So from afar, you would think that those are like golden ABs or whatever. No, it's actually just yellows and oranges. So in any case, very pretty. I like that. So going back to this, there's 5 ABs. Okay. So I'm very chuffed about this. So my start date was 12 August and my end date was 9 September. So almost a month. You can say it was like 4 weeks. So I did this really fast, okay? Really fast. And I'm OCD. With the rounds, I straighten as I go along. So, yeah. And then I said, did I enter this one into any events? And I said, no. I did this one for a break between big squares and confetti heavy canvases. Okay. So my other whips that I have, and you know I have multiple whips going on at a time. They're very big. They are squares. So if I say square, you'll think like, oh, but this is square. No. So I'm referring to the drill shape. So this one's round, so the other ones are squares. And confetti heavy. So meaning this one was a lot of color blocking, like I said. You can definitely see like there were sections, like literally this side, there were sections I just did 310s. There were 9 bags of 310 and I have 1 bag of 310s left that unopened and I used 8 of them. So they always give like extra if it's so many 310s. So then I asked, did I make any changes? And I said no. Why? I asked myself, so you see why I don't use a pre-printed logbook? Because I know that I'm a person that likes to modify my paintings and make it personal and relatable. So that's why I would specifically, this is subjective questions I will ask for each canvas. Okay, so why did I not make any changes? Because usually I do. So I said, I love the illusion the artist went for. In certain light, you see the wolf behind her, and sometimes you don't. Okay, so yeah. Again here, these are cut-offs I did from the sticker sheet that you got with the painting. So the diamond shape is round, the size, it says 56 by 71 centimeters. And then that's just the code, and it says there's ABs in it. Okay, so the level. Sometimes I show like, is it beginner, intermediate, or advanced? So this one I was just like beginner. Why? There's not a lot of colors, so a lot of color blocking areas. I went really fast. So yeah, some people, I know it takes like 40 hours or something for somebody. I'm not an hour tracking person. Like, I can't do that because I do multiple things. When I sit with a diamond painting, like I start watching movies or binge watch series or listen to podcasts or other whip and chats, whatever. But I can't track my hours. I can't. So I track my days, and I know when I start and I know when I end. I put the start and end dates there. So this is one of my fastest ones that I've ever done, and being rounds. So yeah. And that's the reason why I think it's a beginner, because it's not a lot of colors, it's a lot of color blocking, and I went really fast. So I loved multi-placing with my 7-placer on this one. So yeah, some people find it hard to multi-place with rounds. I find it really easy. Why didn't I go bigger? Because I could definitely use a 10-placer on here. Well, I don't have a 10 placing plastic tip. I do have, I think, 9 placing thick tips. So I like the skinny tips. So that's why I went with a 7 placer. I should have actually put it in here as well. But this one actually allowed you to use like a really big multi-placing tip, which I could have used, but I really enjoyed the 7 placer with this, and it still went very fast. Okay. So the quality, I think it was excellent. The reasons, so I say the rendering looks amazing, though I had my doubts about the face colors and the shading. You remember what I said about the purples and stuff. So this is actually all like purple colors in the face. But again, a diamond painting you appreciate from afar. So it looks perfect for her coming out of the shadows, out of the woods. That's why I'm thinking she's coming out of the woods, you know, like spooky and illusion and all of that. But yeah, you know, shadow of the moon and all of that. So but I trusted the process, and it looks perfect for that shadows effect coming out of the shadows. So yeah, and then the other reason, it's the least trash that I've ever gotten. Okay, So I want to reiterate this one or change it a bit, because when I did this, I didn't start with my new whip that I'm doing now, and we're going to do a whip and chat on that one now. So it's from another company, the new one I'm doing. So that one is the least trash I've ever gotten. But regarding Diamond Art Club, this one is the least trash I've gotten. So that's why I say the quality was excellent. Okay, any issues? Okay, so quality, meaning the physical materials, was excellent. But my issues with this one was static. So I had to use a lot of dryer sheets. Static was a nightmare. Like, this is an understatement, and I'm trying to make it a statement by underlining it in red. And it was like chaos. And guys, like, freaking static, but the drills did not stick to each other, so that would have influenced my quality post review thoughts. So there's a difference between drills is static and it sticks to the containers and to the bags it's in, and you struggle getting it in and out, or with your tray and everything, because everything's plastic, and you know. So the drills are resin, but they were very static. So while I was doing it was winter, it's cold, it's still cold, even though we're supposed to be in springtime now. I'm in South Africa, by the way, so seasons are a bit different here. So while I was doing this, August and so on, it's still in winter, and then from 1st of September we get spring, but it's still cold. So the cold and all of that, the dry air could have an effect on static as well. But I had a lot of static, but I used dryer sheets, and the dryer sheets are chef's kiss. It really helped a lot. So the other thing that would impact quality for me is when the drills stick to each other. Now, I don't see that as static. That is where they fall out of the bags, out of the containers very easily, but you need to use some sort of grinding method to get them loose from each other, because they're sticking to each other. Now, that is not good quality. I don't like that. But okay, so this one was static, so the drills weren't sticking together. It was fine. I didn't have to use a grinder at all. It was just static, but luckily I have my dryer sheets, and that works perfect. Guys, if you haven't tried dryer sheets and you thinking, no, you have static problems, and people keep saying like use dryer sheets, I can't imagine it would work. I tried it. I promise you it works. So just try it, please. So take it from me. And then framing, am I going to frame her? No, not framing in the original sense where I'm going to put her with wooden frames and beneath glass and all of that. I'm going to paint the borders and then use magnetic frames if I want to hang her up. So overall rating, I really loved this one. So yeah, again, foresty feeling, and yeah, I really like this. I think it's so pretty. What do you think? Leave me a comment if you like to use logbooks for your post reviews, because I think it helps to look back at, oh yeah, this was the issues and this is the quality, and putting your own things in here, you know, like, yeah, I just like to use that. So this is my take on this painting. Again, let's just quickly I'm sorry for my doggies. Oh my gosh, they are just so excited because Grandma, my mom, is making us big Sunday lunch, and they're waiting for that little piece of chicken, you know. So yeah, I'm sorry about that. But any case, guys, the sparkle is amazing. So leave me a comment. What's your favorite? Squares or rounds, the drill shapes? And yeah, I know some people are, you know, the squares have their pros, rounds have their pros. Like rounds are, they just give a more sparkle than squares, but I have mostly squares in my stash, so I'm trying to balance that out and buying more rounds at the moment, where I have the option from a company to choose either rounds or squares of an image. I go for a larger image to get detail and take rounds. But here you can see, like for me, a 50 by 70, and I'm gonna not like, okay, 56 by 71, but let's say 50 to 70 is the smallest size I think I would go to still get that beautiful detail, and you can still use rounds on that. And like you saw, it went really, really quickly. So I needed this. I needed to feel like I have a completion, and yeah, my squares are taking me much longer. Like I said, I'm OCD and they need to be straight, and yeah, with rounds you can just boop, 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 go, 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 you know, they're round. But yeah, leave me your thoughts. Do you have this one in your stash? Have you done it? Do you plan on getting it? I think it's still in stock. I'm not quite sure. But yeah, I really enjoyed this just because I'm a big fan of Red Riding Hood, and I just love the story, and I love, yeah, the dark art that you can get around that, because that's my favorite style of diamond paintings. So this girl is so gorgeous, I can't keep stop looking at her. But yeah, next time you will see her, I would have painted the borders, and I think I'm going to paint them black, and yeah, use what do you call them, magnetic frames. So at the moment she's just on a pants hanger, because I hang her up on a clothing rack. Please go and check out my playlist and you'll see how I store my diamond paintings and how I can have multiple diamond paintings and whips that I work on and keep them out of the way. So it's like a clothing rack, and they hang on the pants hangers, and I can just flip through them and okay, I want to do this one now or whatever. So yeah, guys, final thoughts. I really loved her, and I think she's gonna go hang on my office wall at work. I'm gonna rotate my paintings there as I do at home. So the one that's currently there, beautifully broken, I might bring her back for a while and take this girl there, and then rotate between them until I get something else again. And yeah, that's just how I do my paintings. Is all the paintings I buy is stuff that I would hang on my walls. So I don't want to do a painting and roll it up and store it away and never see it again. So this is my expression of art and the stuff that I love to do. So and that is how I keep doing that. So leave me a comment. What do you think about this? And yeah, anything that you would like to ask, if you have any questions. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this. I really enjoyed this diamond painting, and wow, I'm so chuffed to have finish with her. So I'm busy with another whip already, as I said, and it's spooky season coming up, so we're in September now, and yeah, I'm just getting ready to enter a Halloween event in October, and maybe two, I'll see, but I'll tell you that in my next video. And we're gonna do a weapon chat on the current whip that I'm working on. Oh, she's gorgeous, guys, she's beautiful. So any case, I know I say that of all of them, but I only buy beautiful diamond paintings, okay? Guys, you must have an amazing day, evening, wherever you are, and I hope that you are happy and you are blessed, and thank you so much for watching. And please leave me a like before you leave, and please consider subscribing if you haven't subscribed already. Thank you so much, guys, and I love you lots. Mwah! Take care. Bye.